Here are 4 vendors you should start to build relationships out with when starting wholesaling, flipping, or buying rentals. First is a title office. You should start to build relationships with those with the correct title company. We all know when buying and selling houses, we have to go through title to make sure it's all clear and all of our T's are crossed and I's are dotted. But what kind of title company is equally as important, especially when you are doing assignments or wholesales. There are wholesale friendly title offices. You can simply just go onto your local investor Facebook page and start asking around what title offices have done assignments before. And when you're talking to these different title offices, you want to make sure that you're asking them, hey, have you done assignments before? They should know what an assignment is or a double close. And that will help them be able to know what to say to a buyer, what to say to a seller. It makes your life 10 times easier than just walking into a title office that knows nothing about what a wholesale is. When we first started out, we did that. We made that mistake and we just went to a regular title office, and it made our lives so much more bumpier with trying to figure out who are they communicating with on the seller side and the buyer side, and making sure everything was said appropriately. And we actually talked to another wholesaler in the area, and he was like, yeah, no, use these girls. And so we started using our title officers that we still use today, and they are fabulous. I mean, we go to happy hour with them. We invite them over for Christmas parties. Like, they're great, but they know how to do assignments and double closes. That is key, will make your life easier. Second vendor is your lender, whether they are hard money lenders, private money lenders, or even DSCR lenders. Having kind of those 3 buckets, having a couple of vendors that you have already spoken to before you have a deal, so you know kind of what their products are and what will fit your box before even having a deal. Nothing is worse than getting something under contract and then realizing, ooh, I can't find a lender. So having those relationships built out beforehand will make your life a lot easier, because you can plug and play their numbers, their lending numbers, into your calculations before even putting something under contract. The third one is our agents. Agents are not our enemies. Agents are our friends. I know sometimes there's like a disconnect of like, oh, wholesalers don't like agents, or agents don't like wholesalers, and like we're competition. But that couldn't be further from the truth. We use agents all the time, and we work together, and it's a mutually beneficial relationship. On the wholesaling side, agents want to close deals just as quickly as we do. So building a relationship with an agent to where they can either bring a pocket listing, or maybe they've got a house that they know just won't sell super quick on market, but we can buy it really quick, or we know buyers that can buy it really quick, is super handy. Also, agents on the flip, if you're flipping houses or wholesaling houses, it's much easier to hand that, listing a house, taking photos, holding showings, talking to buyers. That is a big job. I would rather pay someone who knows what they're doing, the 3%, to handle all of that for me versus doing it myself. And then lastly, is a property manager if you are purchasing rentals. I highly recommend first doing this in-house yourself over your first couple of rentals. I know sometimes that is impossible, but having a few reps underneath your belt of understanding this is how I want my assets managed versus being told from a property manager how they manage houses are 2 very different things. So I would recommend doing that in-house first, but if you can't, having 1 or 2 different property managers that come referred by other landlords that have multiple properties is super important, because property managers can make or break your experience as being a landlord. So those are the 4 I recommend that to have your relationship starting to build when you first start out.